Right, evening everyone. I'm sorry I've not made any videos for a long time. That's one thing I want to say. It's been this. I'm not going to say the word. It's the sea's been a big problem, and I've been up to my neck in so much jobs and everything. I've completely lost track of what I was doing. But this one video is to do with me losing one of my female German Shepherds between the hours of 8 o'clock on Wednesday evening and Thursday morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. I've done nothing but cry. I'm absolutely devastated. And so, come on, Luna. I can't play ball now. This is the two adopted dogs in the house. Wants to play, but I have to play ball with them all the time. I've been in a right mess, really have. I don't think I'll ever get over it, but I've got the other dogs I've got to concentrate on. I buried Hyena in the garden. You got to bear in mind, she would have only been three years old in December the 10th, so she's not had a very long life, but Luna, Kierlek, Nemsabod, it's Esther. Play Lob de Keshub after I've done a video. Naughty doggy. And do not even think for 1 minute that I'm doing this video and I've not been upset. It's took me. I've been crying. I've just been crying constantly. I will cry even more. It's just I've waited for the wrong moment to try and the right time to just try and do a video. Absolutely gutted. Just keep seeing a pretty face, and just to put everybody, especially people who's got German Shepherds, I have no idea. Phoned 4 vets up. They've all said it's heart failure. Luna, it was 30 degrees on Wednesday, and the temperature in the evening dropped to 10 degrees, a thunderstorm coming, which is really unusual still for the temperature to drop. But I've been watching CCTV, and it seems that around just before 8 o'clock, 2 other males ran at one of the other males, but it was only a quick spat. I've not had any bad fight and nothing for a very, very, very long time. It seems to be all cleared, and they're either growing out of it. All it is a little bit of ugly buggery, and that's it. But she was actually she'd gone into the kennel, and when these dogs attacked, she seemed to walk out the kennel. I don't know whether she was resting or she was in a fast sleep, but she come out the kennel. She was scared, and she walked a few feet, and then she seemed to just stop, and she was like a statue. And I'd say she was like that for about a minute and a half to a minute, I don't know, something like that. But one leg was forward and her head she was like disorientated. So she was looking sort of down at the floor, at the concrete. But by this time, all the dogs were doing their own thing, but she still was in this still motionless state, standing. And the next minute, you just see her walk off towards where the presso is, where the old bar is, which originally was an old bungalow. And they go in the corner there where it is quiet and it's cooler, especially in the evenings or when the hot weather. They've got loads of clean water bowls, everything to swim in, well not swimming, but to paddle in, loads of fresh drinking water. I've got freebies comes from the garden underground, freezing cold. So they've got everything what a dog would be happy having. The only thing is, when my girlfriend went to feed the dogs, give them a snack at 7 o'clock, yeah, that's a ball. And I've got to throw it to me. But Luna, these are the 2 dogs what come to England with me. These are the adopted 2. The only thing what happened, when my girlfriend went to give them a snack at 7 o'clock, and it seems, they've just knocked the camera by the way, and it seems that when they gave them a snack at 7 o'clock, Hunter, I know you want the ball, I know you want the Tudum Kala Lobda, Nuggy, to have one Lobda. He's got, I've just told him he's got one ball, he wants two. Luna's just got it now anyway. It's 7 o'clock. My girlfriend gave them a snack and she seemed to sit back but in a sitting position. She looked completely normal, but she didn't come forward for any snacks, which is unusual. Where the other dogs, the other 5 siblings did. Then obviously they went to sleep and did the thing. Then she ended up going in the kennel. Well, this thunderstorm was kicking in. Some dog, it was still quite warm, but then it did drop to around 10 degrees later on. I just don't know. I have no answers. It seems to be like loads of vets just say, "Oh, it's a heart attack. It's a heart attack." But the heart will stop when you die. But I just don't know. If I had a post-mortem, which I could have done, I could have got it done in Debrecen, and that's like a university Scientology place where they do all sorts of animals. Farmers take cows, sheep to find out causes of death. The problem with that is, I don't think it would have been that expensive, although that was never going to be the problem. I wouldn't have got the dog back. It said I wouldn't get the dog back, and I could have. You can even go there on Christmas Day because it's a facility where they have students. I imagine it's a bit the same as like hospitals when these training students, or they probably don't do it at hospitals, but where they train students when they're taking body parts and put them in glass jars and things like that. Sounds a bit like something like Frankenstein. But the fact is, they said that they just burn the dogs at the end. And the last thing I want is Hyena to come back in 37 bags, where she's been cut up, and I'm not having that. She's buried in the garden. She's wrapped up in really warm blankets, and I had to put her in 2 bags, and I did that in the morning. All she was in a lying down position, in a sleeping position, on her side, with the mouth slightly open, with the tongue on one side, and she had a little bit of blood. But they said that's quite common with heart failure, a little bit of blood. But I know there's the pancreas problem as well. Not pancreas. Pancreas? No, what's the name? It's not pancreas. It is... It's going to come to me in a minute. I'll probably be later on. There's another problem where they can get cancer and they can have internal bleeding. So I don't think it was that. She had no pot belly to even think it was that. I just don't know. I'm actually glad I've been able to do this video, but without having to cry or anything. Because if I was going to do it yesterday and the other day, but there's just no chance. And I just don't know. Gutted. Completely gutted. And the dog you can hear barking is the mum. She's at the front. So what I've got now, I've got the dad and the mum at the front of the house. I've got luxury. They've got my YouTube room, which was going to be my YouTube room, which was going to be another. I've got 2 garages. This is like the garage what goes under the house. That was going to be my YouTube room. Doing all my videos and everything else, and now that's I've gave it up to Hunter and Luna are these 2 dogs. Urda and Suka at the front. That's the mum and dad of the 6 dogs, but only 5 dogs now because one's died. These 2 I rescued. So originally there were 10. Now we have 9. It's hard work, and I wasn't expecting, you can't expect 10 German Shepherds and expect every single one of them to live till 12 to 15 years of age. It's impossible. Statistics, it's just not going to happen. And this day did always dawn on me, well not today, the other day did dawn on me, that one day which will be the first dog, and it's a horrible thought, and it happened. It's absolutely heart-wrenching. Especially when that dog used to come up to me, wagging the body and the tail and jumping at me and everything like that. But that's what's happened. Sorry I've not done any videos for a long time. I know that people have been still watching my videos. course I want people to like, and I want people to love, and I want people to subscribe to my videos. But I am going to be doing a lot more videos now. I just bought, in fact I bought it actually in England, although I'm using a Nikon camera. I've actually bought the new Sony. I bought the new Sony with the handheld vlogging remote control. I actually bought another property as well, which originally was taking all the dogs to, and it was absolutely a ridiculous amount of land. So that I don't think I'm going to be living there now, because I've got this dog buried in the garden. So I'm going to do more work on this house, renovate the other house, sell that one on, which is a shame. Or might even hold on to it, I don't know yet. And anybody who's interested in cars, I am getting another car as well. So I just don't know. But that's just not a priority at the minute. But it is a priority for the YouTube. It will be a priority for YouTube, because this is what I do, and this is what I'm going to be spending more time doing now. So, point with that, for me to get another car, I've actually got to go to England and bring it back here, because cars are just too expensive here. I'm not paying. You can pay anything up to £6,000 to £10,000 more than what you pay in England, and I'm just not doing that. To me, it's just daylight robbery. So, but my life is my dogs, my animals. Well, I'll tell you what I have got, which I'm actually going to be. I want to put the video up. I've got two storks what turned up on the two posts outside. Well, on one post, but they couldn't figure out which post to make a nest on, because what they do here, they put the metal circles, what they actually make the nests on. And this one, right outside the window, the stork comes in and looks at me in the living room. Our mate, he is brilliant, he is. And the funny thing is, after the dog died, well, when I found her dead on Thursday, it was Thursday evening that the stork started to make a nest. I couldn't believe it. They've not made a nest here for over 20 years, and they don't really make many new nests. They'll try and use all the old ones. So I don't know really. I can't see these have coming from. Is that a moth? I can't see these coming from another nest. I'm not sure. There is one on the back street over there. You in this ball, Luna? Fogmag. You'll see him concentrating on these balls. By the way, these balls, the Kong. These are Kong. They're the heavy duty ones. I'll tell you what. Best ball I've ever had. These dogs will sort of chew on them as well. They just last and last and last. So this is a big shout out to Kong. Tell you what you can do, Kong. You can throw me a load of balls, because I'm about to buy another 10 of these for the dogs to keep them entertained at the back. I think about time you start. But in fact, I don't know how many I bought now. I probably bought about 10. I think about time you started giving me some freebies. Anyway, it's from Kong, and it's a Kong. I think they're called Kong Extreme. Brilliant, solid. You ready to Fog Magluna? Varia, Edge, got Harlem, Young Kutcher, bit of 1, 2, 3. Anyway, yeah. So this stork decided to make a nest, which is really unusual. And they come onto this post here, and it was just looking at me at the window, and you start to think all these things are a sign because my dog died. But then today, its mate turned up, and when storks mate, or they're happy together, they put the way they tuck their heads into each other, they make a love art. And it's as if I was looking out the window, and it's just they made this love art. Now I know you're thinking, oh, what a twat, what's he on about? But for me, that meant a lot. And it's meant a lot also the fact that they're making a nest outside my garden. I've got a pond. I don't care. Of course, I love my fish, but I'm not going to deprive a stork of eating whatever it wants in my garden. And I actually did a big compost bin with pallets. And all the plants from last year, all the I've got some like shrub creepers, all the thick branches put on top of the compost. Well, these branches are the typical type branches what they use for making the nest. So I said to my girlfriend, take them all out of the compost because they're all sitting on the top dry, and put them in the middle of the garden on the grass. Well, she did that today. Oh, stalks are straight down, aren't they? Collecting it all, they've got nowhere to go. Tell you what, they're so clever. So I'm thinking, maybe later, me and the stalks can have a tea party in the garden. Now, I'm not going to laugh because this is a really sad moment for me, really. And I'm not going to do it because of but it's not right, really. I don't know what sort of dogs. What are you eating? Hey, what you got in your mouth? Hunter, Richard. It's right, I don't know what the. Just wait. Hunter. No, you can't. See what you just picked up? Just look what he's just picked up. Look. I don't know what it's off. It looks. I don't even know what it's off. Looks like a bit of. It's sort of sticking out. Anyway. The point is, I am completely gutted, and I did write on a couple of German Shepherd forums, but don't even think because I'm just doing this video, I'm actually doing it because I hope nobody has to go through what I've gone through, because I have not stopped crying. And one thing I have done today, which I feel a lot better, I offloaded myself. I think that didn't come out very well. A neighbour who gave me shit about a year and a half ago about dogs, and he just made that excuse up because he's can't stand him. I'm not going to start saying bad things. But this is a neighbour who used to sometimes. Luna used to come into my garden when he used to do some work for me. Got paid well, gave him all sorts. But I caught him many times when he came in through the gate. When the mother, Suki, used to see him, he used to grab her ears and squeeze them. And she used to yelp, and I could never figure out what he was doing. Then one day I started to watch him every time he come round. And the dog, she was so happy, she was just happy to see him because he was coming around doing jobs, doing some welding and things for me to make the garden secure for the dogs. And I caught him, and I realised, actually, I really knew we didn't really click because he wasn't a laughable person. He didn't really want to talk. He didn't even come across. He just sort of done his own thing. Didn't find anything amusing. I mean, I normally like to have a right laugh. I mean, I know I'm not having a right laugh now. I mean, this video would be more probably enjoyable if I wasn't feeling how I feel, or the memory of the loss of my dog, Hyena. But I know I've got to move on, and I've got to stay strong for the other dogs, and I hope that one day, when my time comes, that I'll be able to see her again. So that's it. But don't ask me, this is just one of those typical things what I've read, sudden death syndrome or whatever. But she was disorientated, that's all I'm going to say to you. Just before 8, well, around 8 o'clock, just before 8 o'clock, about 5 to 8, she was disorientated, and she stood there, and then she just walked off to where the presser is, the old bar, old bungalow house. And I found her in the morning, because I went to quickly, Luna, please don't disturb my videos. I know you want to play ball, but I've not done a video for ages. I know you're making these grunty noises now. Luna, Keelek. These dogs. Anyway, yeah, I found her in a sleeping position around 8 o'clock, so. Do you know how hard it was to watch the video, play the video back and try and I'm going to watch it for nearly, it took me like 2 or 3 hours to go from following day to go for every action, what she did and where she was and the other dogs. And believe it or not, I'm not good, I recognise every single dog. And you've got to also remember, I'm with these dogs 24/7. But the only reason why it's difficult now is because I've got dogs at the front, dogs at the back, 2 dogs in the house, been separated. So there's going to be a lot of things. Oh, you know what that is? You know when you brush your teeth? I don't know. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say for now, so mind how you go, and please take care of your dogs and spend as much time with them as you can. Because that every little second and moment, what you do miss, you regret it, which I have done. I mean, it's normal. The dogs are happy outside. They're such a good. I'll show you a video. I bought a load of pallets. I don't know how much money on pallets. I bought 60 pallets, and what I've done, I've put pallets up, put what they call OSB, which is like a chipboard, put it on top. It's their little climbing. They go on top, they sleep on it, jump on it. I went a bit too high at one point, and it went that high. They were looking over the walls, and then. Looked like they could jump straight into the house, which is ain't a problem, but looking at people over the wall and everything is a problem because it irritates them. Some of the idiots here. So, well, I just hope Hyena, bless us, comfortable. I hope she's still around. I hope she's still looking at me, and she'll always be a big star, and that the glitter in her eye, which I used to always see, she was lovely. People don't really understand. They don't understand the dog's life and what they do for you. But she made me a very happy person. I miss her a lot. For me, it's like somebody going in the family. She's my child. She's my baby. So she's gone. Bless her. I don't want too much because I can just feel it starting now to come on. So I'm going to upload some more videos anyway. I'm sorry this one was a bit boring, but it's important for people who are German Shepherds how quick things can just happen. So I love you all, and I'll speak to you all soon. So get ready. I'm going to cut myself off. Take care and have a good evening. See you all soon.